Eh, howdy. Something a little different today. I'm going to move that and I think about it. Hmm. The Ko-Fi is fine where it is. Anyways, howdy. Something a little different today. I was considering just doing some, I was thinking it's a little odd here because I have a KSC mod installed, which adds a new Space Center, but it's only meant for the fully upgraded version of the Space Center, so he's got all the extra stuff here that doesn't exactly make sense, but it's fine. Where was I? Right. I was going to do some Darkest Dungeon today, but I realized I'm kind of been in the mood to play Kerbal Space Program again, and I got a somewhat working mod list. There might be unforeseen errors, but for now, it works, so. I just got the sore on the inside of my mouth. It's irritating. Anyways, Kerbal Space Program. You all like rocket science? I like rocket science. And today, we're going to be doing a lot of rocket science. Now, initially, we ain't got much of a rocket to speak of. If we go here in the Vehicle Assembly Building, the VAB, you'll get to see just what we're working with here. Hedgehog go to space. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We have, this. This is our rocket. This is all we got. The closest equivalent we have to science at the moment. A tube with fuel in it. However, this tube with fuel should net us some decent science to get us kick-started. Provided that we do things right. A little booster cam. Not there. It's gonna be cleared by the wing. There you go. Not there. Yep. Alright. This is about all we really need to get off the launch pad, I believe. Now, what should we name it? Never really any fancy names either for this thing. This thing really ain't much of a looker, but... More accurately, Hedgehog forgets to do his staging right. Since I guess these, immediate launches are trying to get into orbit, the PTO, probe to orbit, 101. Probe to orbit, first one in the first year. Sure, that works. Create holder. Ignore that one. That's not for your concern. Probe to orbit. There we go. Now we can save into you. And voila, PTO1 to 01. Alright. You're going on launch pad. Oh, hold on. We've already made a mistake. We gotta go back to the VAB. We forgot an antenna. And unfortunately, this thing ain't gonna survive re-entry. So, it might. Probably won't. So we're gonna need an antenna to transfer all that juicy science. No, dude. Unfortunately. Can you transfer science as you are? Hold on. Low temperature. Transfer. Fuck. Alright. Back into vehicle assembly. Throw it back in there. Drag it back inside, boys. We forgot an antenna. And I know just the perfect one. There we go. It's all we need. Here we go, boys. The perfect antenna. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Now we go. Now we go. Now we go to take off. Down. Yep. That's all. There we go. Okay. Rocket science on a budget. Damn right. Alright. Now, we don't need this for now. You see a lot of stuff here on the side. Don't worry about all this. We don't need this for now. For now, all we need to do is go up. First off, though, make use of that thing immediately. Send off the science. Two science added. Time to report. One science added. How's the mystery goo fare? 5 science. That's good. We're gonna do a bit of cheesy, and we're gonna immediately take its vessel back. It did all it needed to do for now, and we're gonna put it back in the launch pad. We wanted the science though. All right. Yes, 8 science earned. It just sat out there. We set it on the launch pad and went, yes. It's sitting there, and got 8 science out of that. Revolutionary work. And thanks to that 8 science, we get more rocket parts. However, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need more science. Get back in the launch pad. You ain't done yet. We spent good money on that rocket. We gotta get that shit in orbit. Alright, now we can take off. After having a bit of a funny shenanigan sitting at the launch pad. Pop. By the way, just so you know, it's gonna be loud. Why are you spinning? Why are you? Fuck. Why are you spinning over? No. God damn it. You're supposed to go up, not sideways. Fuck. It's fine. It's working as intended. The fucking punch. Well, boys. Well, boys, we did it. We left the launch pad. Oh, God. Oh, that went smoothly. 3 science. A vessel that survived a flight. Survived is perhaps the loosest term I'd give it. Anyways, Algeo doesn't have to buy some more parts. Do we want this? Do we need this? Sure. Alright, next. Upper atmosphere. Hopefully with less Beyblade action. PTO1, you're a failure, you're a fool, you're stupid, I'll see you tomorrow. Anyways, new rocket. The idea of funding for throwing bricks into space is funny. I mean, yeah. That's how it started, anyways. Plus, those billionaires, they got enough money. They can throw it around the places. They got enough money to throw around. It's fine. Unfortunately, our rocket's gonna look a bit stupid for the meantime because we ain't got good proper decouplers for this. But we can have a 2-stage rocket. There we go, 2-stage rocket right here, folk. Actually, hold on. Instead of using this torch and these, can we just use a shrimp? It's as simple as that. Yeah, let's use a shrimp. Yeah, it's as simple as that. As simple as that. Put a bunch of that on there. Science. Right. This isn't meant to be scientific in nature. There. Skip aerodynamics of a rocket much? I mean, nah, it's fine. What are you doing? Park out wise, we're doing. This could get your mind out of the gutters. It's a rocket, okay? It's a rocket. This is a perfectly normal, average-sized rocket, okay? It's nothing crazy. It's just a rocket. Oh, it's a rocket ship, alright. It's nothing like that. Get your mind out of the gutters. Heathens, all of you. Over here trying to corrupt my rocket with your heathenous ideas. Yeah, just stamp our flag on the side of it, it's fine. There we go. There we go. PTO 201. It's beautiful. Anyways, there is, however, I think I can get collect another contract with this. That would give us a good bit of money. Hold on. Mission control. In suborbital trajectory. Yes. Now, what type of fish are you? I'm not a fucking fish. I'm not a fish. And I don't know where y'all got this conception that I'm a fish. I'm not. I'm not a fish. I may be orange, but I'm not a fish. Is that understood? Are we on the same page with that? Cool. You. Ready to part? Yes. Test. Fuck it, send it. Okay, cool. Catastrophic failure. No, how could this happen? Oh, catastrophic failure, fellas. God damn, how the hell do I test a decoupler? I decoupled it. That was a test. Am I using the wrong decoupler? No. Are you the one I need to test? Yes. Well, let me test it now, because I need that money. I need that contract money. Let me test the fucking decoupler. Landed at Kerbal. Mm-hmm. I was landed. Where's my test? Test CD12 decoupler. So the staging sequence. Okay. Flaccid. Okay. We don't need to be using a flaccid now, okay? Anyways, unfortunately, this hammer stage, unnecessary. We're just gonna send the top stage because of this decoupler fucking notes. Anyways. Yippee! Oh, brother. Brother. Well, antenna's broken. Great. We might touch space with this one. Oh, we're gonna touch space! We are touching space. Can I come out of space yet? Hold on. And there's space. There's the moon. Soon. By the end of the decade. Anyways. Let's bring her back. Let's bring her home. Actually, hold on. If this survives, I want the mystery goo. I want that goo. I want that gooey science, okay? If this survives, I want the goo. Much speed of it said that. Yeah, just to chill. 500 meters per second. We're gonna hit the ground nice and smooth. 330 meters per second. Well, so much for getting that. So much for getting that goo, but you know. Anyways, back to the Space Center. What a successful rocket. Wonderful. We didn't use the first stage at all, but don't think we needed it. Yes, get that off the runway. I did not mean to go into space plane hangar, game. We don't need this yet, because we have nothing that could work in here. For now. Alright. Mission control. Enter into space. We kind of already did that, but, you know. Sure. Hmm. 110 meters? 110,000 meters? Do I really want to carry a hammer all the way up that way? We don't need all that. We don't need all that fancy nonsense. All we need is a rocket. And I know just one to make. Okay. Using our PTO2 as a base, which is a totally normal looking rocket, and the fact that you're thinking otherwise means you need to get your mind together, we can make another rocket. Wow, what a shocker. Oh, what the parts count? Yeah, put a part count. There we go. Unfortunately, for these, you don't quite have any good way to have a good aerodynamics on them, so we're just gonna... That works. Alright, well... I think we got some space for... do we have space for more boosters? It's not quite necessary. Yeah, our Arcanthrone is on this here final stage. There we go. I'm going to move our name to the side, though. Rockets. 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 Rocket! Okay. This is, since technically it's an edit of the Hedgehog design, we're going to PTO to A. Save. And onto the runway. Launch pad. It's not technically a runway. You aren't running down the runway. You're launching up the launch pad. These terms have very technical differences. Alright. What a lovely looking and completely normal spacecraft. Completely normal. Completely wholesome spacecraft. Anyways. Gonna activate that before I forget. Rocket mode. Rocket mode. Okay, now send it. Oh, she's bright. Oh, she's bright. My eyes. There we go. These shrimps are still taking us up top, bro. These shrimps got more juice than the hammer. Alright, telemetry report. Transmit that. This. Transmit that. Mr. Go. Keep that. No, you. Retract. Alright, send it. We don't have any quite way to control this. The only way we can quite go is up. There's no way to turn this thing from side to side yet. What's the map look like? Oh yeah, no, she's going up. Oh, you can kind of see like the heat waves coming off this thing. All right, yeah, no, she went up. 100 million meters. All right. Are we in space? We're in space. Transmit. Transmit all the science. Ooh, all that juicy science. Cool. Now we're going to wait till we get to about halfway up there. Check again. Science. Science! Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, and there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the temperature, the thermometer itself. This is perhaps probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. We only have so much electric charge on this craft, so once we get out of science we can, that's all we got. $1,000 kilometers. Unfortunately, not much more we can gather from this, other than... Hold on. Is there... Other than the visual. For some reason, the chat's always set to live chat by default, which sucks. Anyways. Back to Earth. Oh, holy shit! God damn! Okay! Noted. Hitting the atmosphere at 2,000 meters per second. Not good. Not good at all. Well. Mission success. Mission successful. Juicy science. Stable orbit. We're a bit of ways away from that. Yeah, we could do that. All right. Let's make a good rocket this time. PTO2A01, you did us justice, but we need a new rocket. It looks almost the exact fucking same because we don't have a lot of parts. Actually, hold on. Do we have enough science to get ourselves some new parts, some new toys? Yes, we do. Okay, now here's a good big choice we have to make. Do we want survivability, which will make it so we don't immediately crash land upon hitting the atmosphere and explode like we just did? It'll also give us a new probe type to use and making probes a bit easier. Do we want stability, which gives us the ability to rotate our rocket at all? It also gives us another means of getting science, which would be pretty good. Or do we just want more rockets? Which gives us a thumper, which is pretty good. My vote's with survivability, stability, mainly for the barometer, because that's some juicy science. However, survivability does give us the means to actually make it to the ground. So, you know what? I'm going to get stability. And then once we get enough science, we'll get survivability and general rocketry. In that order. For now, though, back into the VAB. Yeah, stability be good because it gives us another means for getting more science. Getting more science, yeah. Alright. Alright. Put a little torch on there. We need to use a swivel engine. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, this works. This looks like it'd work fine. Don't need survivability if you make a rocket that just doesn't explode. I mean, yeah, but how do you think we're gonna make it not explode, genius? Survivability. Do you even have... Oh no, you have fuel. Only 500 though, which is not a lot. Let's put some extra fuel tanks on you. No, this is not anything. Get your mind out of the gutters. This is a completely normal looking rocket. Yep. Paint this all whites here. There's 978, 387, 387. Alright. Now we need all the fancy. I'm not going to bring the mystery goo containment kit because we're not going to survive the crash landing. We're just going to need to get as much of the simple science out of the way first, and we'll worry about the mystery goo once we get some actual parachutes on this thing. There, that. With the swivel, we don't exactly need this reaction wheel, but I think it'll be better to have just in case. And some batteries. An antenna. Actually, I think it's just in case, so we can send stuff during flight. I'm gonna get this inline antenna. If I can use my words. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. We might not even have to have this weird design. Give me a second. Let me yank all this stuff off real quick. Nope, that's not able to rock it, bro. But cool. Now we just build. There we go. I don't think this will get us in orbit, frankly. No, it won't get us into orbit, me no thanks. Nah. Right, but this is the PTO 301. What? Save. And anything else we need? Oh. Hold on. We can have all you in here to save on the aerodynamics. As for the... There you go. Cool. There she goes. Ah, we're a bit over our parts limit. Why is that? I don't know why I could have put these on every which side, which wasn't necessary. Including the antenna. There we go. And we have one part free, which is just enough for us to slap our fucking flag on the side. There we go. Perfect. Just slap it on the damn probe. It's fine. There you go. All right. On the launch pad. On the launch pad she goes. Rocket mode. I'm gonna fix our staging real quick because everything's fucked. Cool. Anyways. Oh, she's bright. Oh, she's bright. Want to hear something funny? My family's trying to get into my room. All right. And we actually haven't punched through the atmosphere too well. We are doing a little bit of a rotate here. Let her spin. The new SAS module is coming in clutch. Once we enter space. And watch that periapsis there. That will determine whether or not we actually get into an orbit. If that goes below, if that goes below, it won't, but damn it! But no, if that goes above 70,000, we would have an orbit. Anyways, enjoy the orbit while it lasts. Wait a minute. Pop the shroud. Pop the shroud. Come on. It's gonna be. Oh, fuck. Well, shroud's gonna burn up in the atmosphere. We didn't get any fucking science out of this. Or an orbit. Or finish a contract. Fuck, I'm bad at this. Okay, well. I'm not even gonna give you all the enjoyment of watching it burn up. I'm gonna go back to Space Center. That was a dud. That was a dud mission. Yes, okay. Establish a stable orbit. That's kind of that's the barrier we've got now. These rockets down here, I'm not too sure about these. This shroud didn't do any good. I don't know why you didn't work, but I don't like the cut of your jib. I don't think I can interact through this, can I? I can't, so I gotta figure out some other way. Yeah, just toss out an adapter and call it a day. Just throw our shit on top of that. It's fine. As for the rest of this, I'd say to hell with the liquid fuel design. Wasn't gonna do much good. But we need to get that damn swivel. You know what? Let's have a fancy schmancy final stage. That is just the swivel. You have like 4 previous stages that are just hammers. If I can stage them right, that is. That's not getting me as far as I would have liked. Oh, come on. Not a lot of delta V from that. Instead of doing something like that, actually, what if we just did this? No, that still gives us less delta V than if we just had the... Howdy, howdy. I've been all right. I've been doing my thing. How are you doing, Wink Warrior? Hmm. Hmm. That swivel engine's that swivel engine's messing us up. Only gives us about 100 delta V. Only about an hour at this point. Bottommost stage, we can't lift this. Maybe get rid of that. Oh, me in general? Good handful of months. I think about half a year at this point. Let's roll over to weight limited launch pad. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Been semi-consistent throughout that time. Just curious. Just curious how far we'd get if we just didn't have that swivel engine. We had over nearly 1,000 more delta V without that swivel engine. And more parts, too. On stream, mainly, like, anything relatively fast-paced. Like, this game here is an exception to, like, that quote-unquote fast-paced nature of the streams. But it's also, frankly, many of my streams are just self-indulgent. I'm not trying to stream anything particularly interesting. I'm just streaming what I want to play and just hoping that's interesting enough. You fire. Should be you. This next one would fire here with this. Bamp, 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 bamp. I think if you look at the catalog of streams I've done recently, you could probably tell that I think the most common stream I've done is Stalker. Stalker Gamma by a mile. But I think that's mainly chalked up to the fact that Stalker Gamma takes a minute to play, and so a majority of those streams are just kind of me walking around, trying to get from point A to point B, getting stuff done, rather than, like, stuff actually happening. I think upwards of around 70 hours have been put into that game, and all 70 hours are on stream. Little fun fact about that, by the way, I was originally planning on trying to cut down all the streams into, like, a movie VOD, or like a series of like movie-long episodes. But, no. Because, one, in the early streams at least, there was not nearly as much interesting content to watch to justify multiple, like, episodic video VODs. What? Yeah, I've considered playing, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 on stream, maybe. Either Red Dead Redemption 2 or, like, oh, jeez, that voice cracked. Half-Life. Because I have, like, pretty much the entire Half-Life franchise up to this point. The project. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just send this to orbit and see if this can get us into something. We're gonna need some stability on this, though. Alright, let's toss some fins here. How are the aerodynamics looking? On the launch pad with you. Huh? Sure, recover that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the only times I'm not really streaming is if I'm like working or I'm doing some of my other side hobbies. Which is one thing I've been kind of procrastinating for the longest time that I do definitely need to get and sit down and sink my teeth in on. You know, I might do that. I might start that tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's my day off. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, launch! Ah, my ears! Good God! Ah! I mean, maybe. I'm not personally fishing for a like a VTuber 3D model or 2D model anytime soon because I just know my PC can't run it, and I'm just fine with the little PNG I got here. I like how he looks. I'm interested to see. Also, we gotta keep a we gotta keep a fair distance away from this rocket for a noise. On I will say, Weak Warrior, I'm not particularly a fan of just adding people randomly on Discord because my friend list is like in like the 500s range. So I think might have to pass if that's all right. I mean, if you have like some kind of Twitter I can check out for your work, I could do that, but I think for now I'm gonna actually hide the Ko-Fi for now, so we can properly see the top left part of the screen. And then we're gonna start doing a bit of a left here turn. Turn on coordinated turn for this. I don't think this will get us into orbit, frankly, but alright. I'm gonna pop it at the coupler. Alright. Now we just yeah, no, frankly, I'm not really fishing for a new model anytime soon. Kind of fine with the one I currently got. Like the artist's art style. Once we get into space, let's pop that last SRB and see if that gets us into an orbit. Praying it does. Oh! Damn, I guess it's... Oh, fuck. The periapsis. Oh, shit. We're too low, so we're gonna slam into the atmosphere at 3,000 kilometers per second, bros. Shit. And plus, the stable orbit requires us to return to Kerbal. Oh. Okay, hold on. One, I don't know why the camera is just so far up. Why is it so far up? Anyways. I don't understand why the camera gets put further. Whatever. Hopefully that managed to shield us from some of the heat. I don't think we're gonna be able to come to that far into the. Yeah, no. We're going straight back home. I mean, maybe if we can get some no science out of this. No pro control. Shit. Alright, well, this was our dud of a launch. We almost got there, though. We almost got there with purely just SRBs. We nearly got there. We can do this, chat. We just have to burn more effectively and avoid wasting all our SRBs. And our money, rather. Uh... Fleet booster. Okay. Average 3D person. Oh, by the way, I do have some chips back here. I want to eat the chips, but unfortunately, I want to have majority of this range just be crinkling of chip bag. This nearly had us for an orbit. I think for the final stage, which is going to be this upper one, I think instead of this here hammer, instead... Oh, I guess I got some radio decouplers, right? Instead, what I want to do is either a smaller flea booster here, or the shrimp. Damn! That might make us leave carbon, actually. Wait, what if it's all shrimples? What if it's all shrimp? Hold on. What if it's all shrimp? The couplers will look awful, but... Hold on. Get the staging right, at least. At a point, there is a bit of an issue with the atmosphere, but... The top stage being shrimp, that's still good. We could technically afford to throw in 3 mites. So, but that would actually steal a lot of our Delta V away from us. Alright. I mean, if there's any sign that I'm getting, at least notice, is the fact that I have someone trying to sell me a VTuber. Either that or steal my account, but... Yeah. Yeah, this might work. Yeah. We could have an ultra final stage, which would be like it could literally only be this, but hold on. See here. Yeah, no, that takes up a lot of Delta V away from the shrimp stage, so we're gonna keep just the shrimp stage. The shrimp stage is fine, as it is. You know, any other fancy stages? Alright. Nah, the return mission is going to be pretty bad to do without that final stage. Now that I think about it. Fuck. Yeah, that's not adding too much. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of those, and which allow me more parts to add in more to the top stage. To allow me to deorbit myself, frankly. That's kind of the only point of this. Oh Jesus, that tanks our Delta V. Ugh. Let me see something. If we attach this here and we use a couple of these mites, what would that net us? What would that net us? $1,095 as opposed to At the end of the day, it is less Delta V, because the burn time's less, I'm assuming. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me use my actual thing that gives me good Delta V readings. That's 1200 as opposed to... Alright, let's do the mites instead. Alright. This will get us to orbit. I'm sure of it. And plus, we should be able to at least somewhat safely deorbit, thanks to the torch we got here. Let me pop on some of these decouplers here. So we can drop off the mites when we're done with them. Not carry that empty space around. Oh, puts us over our part budget. We don't need extra fins. We need some fins. We don't need that many fins though. There we go. Alright, save this and probe to orbit. And what's the correct staging? Alright, cool. Yes, clear launch pad. Alright. Rocket mode. Launch. Actually, I got some more presets here I want to show you. Oh, my eyes! I don't like the motion blur. The motion blur is ass. Fox cold is fine. I just love it when I can't hear myself think over the rocket, you know? It's just a sign that the rocket's actually doing us good, you know? Oh shit. Well. It's fine. It fixed itself after a minute. It's good. Alright. Once we leave the atmosphere, I'm going to pop our torch and see how far that gets us. Whee! Whee! Alright, we left the atmosphere. Anyways. Let's do this before we leave the KSC's range, because if we don't have an orbit by then, we will never have an orbit. Yes! Orbit! Orbit achieved! Nice. Okay, now we're gonna do a few loops around. Hopefully we don't have to burn. We're gonna do a quick suicide burn. If only because we're not gonna have enough electric charge by the time we do to the daytime. So. There we go. Will we survive re-entry? That is a very good question. Very good question. I don't frankly have an answer to. Yep. And no orbit control, so whatever happens, happens. 2,000 meters per second, hitting the atmosphere. Ah. Hey, we got an orbit, though. Yeah. Frankly, I'm realizing we probably should have been doing science experiments this entire time. Alright, today, Rise. Tomorrow is another day. Look at it going crazy. Alright. We got an orbit. Re-entry was a bit iffy, but we got an orbit. This here works. We're going to launch this one again. If only so we can actually start doing them experiments, because we're focusing too much on getting the orbit part, we're losing out on the experiments, which makes survivability impossible. He's been doing science without sciencing. Yeah, that's unfortunately what I've been doing this entire time for the past like 20 minutes. Oh, this is pretty. If a bit Greer. Pressure. Log that. Temperature. About usual. Telemetry. Yep. Anyways, up. Ah, my ears! I'm just gonna need to bear the loudness for a second so I can get more precise. Ah, my fucking ears! Just rock on in here. Science! No science. Nothing yet. Throwing things away from the wall and see what stops sticking. It's not that bad, okay? We're doing the science now. Ooh, nearly drained the electric charge, transmitting all this science. It's fine. We're not looking for do a 4 orbit anyways. We can't quite return. Alright. And there's space. No one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Spice! Alright. I don't know why the camera is always looking up. That's kind of an issue, but... Alright. Since... Ah, no probe control. Alright, well. Let's let them burn up in the atmosphere. We got the science we needed. Mmm. Juicy. Now, survivability or greater rocketry? Because that would give us a better coupler. Let's get survivability. Alright. With this, new rockets. Based around this little guy. Using this little guy into an orbit and back. Oh, and I guess testing that swivel engine. And what? 28 to 35 meters. Ugh. I don't know about that one, Chief. I might have to cancel that contract. I don't want to deal with it. Do a very similar design to the BT-04. Science, and since this one's is determined to come home. We can set up with a few things up here. For one, we need the SAS reaction wheel. We need that rechargeable battery bank. Some solar panels would be nice. See if that can make an effective relay? Maybe. Not sure, but you never know. Now we're also going to need this heat shield here. This decoupler. Parachute. This. And this. Which is also, unfortunately, 26 parts already, so I'm going to cut back some of these relay antennas. Actually, I don't think we need any of those relay antennas. We're not quite going to be able to relay much of anything with them anyways. Pop that there. And booster time. This one, but this one, but. Sure, just when we get into orbit with this. We don't have half the science things on this. Gives us one more part. We can cut the amount of solar panels we have down to 1, which means it's going to be very difficult getting some additional power out of this, onto this, but should be fine. Time only needs to be correct about half the time anyways. And it gives us enough parts capacity to make one final stage. This one there. I like how it's always somewhat off-center. What if we make these shrimps? What if we make these shrimps? What would that net us? You need to go up to here. 4,000 meters per second. Will that get us into space? Or into orbit, rather? I'm not sure. Alright. This is the PTO 501. Not much of a looker, but it's working. Prep to orbit, save. Oh, that's getting put on the launch pad. When I was being put on the launch pad, I was meant to say, I'm going to take a piss. Unfortunately, I ripped my headphone cord out because I'm an idiot. Give me 1 second. I have returned. Alright. Let's get this baby into space, get her into an orbit, and bring her home. Sir, so help me. Ah, my ears! Fuck, I keep forgetting about the damn deafness. Ow! Let's speed this part up. Alright, now... decouple, but unfortunately that hammer kind of got locked inside thanks to the shrimps. The park club is making our craft vibrate uncontrollably. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, okay. Couldn't risk it. Couldn't risk any more with those. Too much of a hindrance. Anyways, where are we now? Let's wait till we get into proper orbit. Alright, cool. Now once we're out of the atmosphere, pop. Get me into an orbit. Damn it all. We just need an orbit. Telemetry. Alright. Get rid of that. Base retrograde. Brother, why are you doing this? No. I want you to base a retrograde as much as possible. Oh, that heat shield is gonna hopefully keep us alive. Realizing now that we didn't quite fire the parachute, and unfortunately with no perp control, just hoping that the groove survives. It's the most we can hope for now. Unless you're hitting water, so it's not going to be as bad, but we're going to water at 150 meters per second. Nope. Not a thing. Fuck. Alright. We have one more attempt at this before the end of stream. Maybe. There goes Nemo's home. Fuck you. Why Nemo? Shit. Okay, you Yeah, I don't care. Get that out of here. All that into flight above Kerbal. Won't get as much. Mm. Hmm. But the Valiant. Actually, I probably have to take the damn swivel. It just has better ISP in a vacuum. Shit. Really? These tanks are fucking Delta V. Fuck. If we put this back to a torch, what's the Delta V at? Ironically, it's more. Even if his staging isn't correct. Yeah, it's like near 5,000. Alright, well. This year's the last attempt we got at this. I am hopeful. Let me take the Barrowmere with me. I mean, I can try and take up another antenna, but it's not gonna really do me much good. Because once we get out of the way, get out of the KSC's spear range, the antenna is not gonna quite matter. There we go. Put her on launch pad. Alright. God damn it, give me a... Damn it! I don't understand why the camera's just constantly tilted up. Risky. Alright. Put it there. Set the parachute to launch automatically, and then we just pray. Because if we can get this... Like, we nearly got there. Okay, so if we can get this to land, we'll have enough science to get the better rocketry. Which means we'll have essentially a surefire chance of getting in orbit at that point. The only issue is actually getting down there. This is going to hit the atmosphere at 2,300 meters per second. And at the pitch of blackness, because of course it will. If it survives, yes. Our entire plan is to see if this little nugget of science can survive hitting the atmosphere at 2,300 meters per second. If that goo especially can survive hitting the atmosphere at 2,300 meters per second. No! Fuck! God damn it! Fuck! The issue is, there's not much of a better way to... I have an idea. I have an idea, but we're gonna have to do one more launch. I have an idea of how to get this to survive. It wants to point in either direction, whichever more is aerodynamic, but if both direction have heat shields, we should be able to survive, but we're going to do a bit of a slight redesign of how the probe looks. For example, this parachute, I'm going to get rid of that, because that's kind of just a waste of a part. We're going to have to put this parachute inside of something. Which means we're going to have to shed a part somewhere else. We only need 2 wings, that's fine. You only need 2 wings for stability, it's fine. Right now we put you into... you. And then you on top. Now, can this work? Please? I want that damn science, so help me. Let's send it. One last launch before the end of stream. I'm gonna go buy back a ship because I'm a bit hungry. Good. Good chip. Alright. Market mode, moderation. Fuck. Okay. Alright, now. Wait till we're hitting about the. We can't. I don't think we can wait. Observe the goo. Observe. Not enough science. Observe the goo. Science. Yes, keep that. Alright, now. I don't think it quite matters. I'm gonna. Yeah, this is still technically space near Kerbal. Alright, whatever. Is that all we need? Just go home. Bring her home. She'll be hitting the atmosphere at a nice and brisk 2,500 meters per second. But hopefully, because we covered both sides in heat shields, everything should be fine. Fucking god, fucking damn it, no fucking bullshit. Fuck. Stupid fucking. Okay. God damn it. I didn't want to do it, but there's another way. It's a bit boring. It's not the big cinematic finish I want to do. But I guess the science we need to at least end on a high note. Motherfucker. I was so goddamn sure that would work. It's just unfortunately everything gets hot. And I'm going to account for that. It's fine. the bullshit be? Let's just... Let's just send this into, like, something. Just drag this thing around and... Sure, save it, launch it, sure, fucking bullshit. Alright. We're gonna do a thing. Called immediately get ourselves killed. Because the fly-by-wire is stupid. I don't know what my orientation is. This is so disorienting. Good lord. This sucks. I don't like doing this. This is boring. No, it doesn't count as being in orbit. Because we're not in orbit. Somehow something still managed to break off, which is wonderful. Could you stop spinning, please? Cool. There. Up. There we go. Great. We got the parts. Yippee. Had to break just to get something. Just to get some kind of dopamine in there. It had to break. Something had to break. Alright. Let's take the PTO5 and then just make this into the PTO6. Take this entire lower half, cut it off. This upper half is fine, we just need a better way of getting it into orbit. And it should only need one heat shield, because ideally we would be landing over top the KSC. And therefore, wouldn't need to try and dual heat shield this thing. That wouldn't work. You parachute. We get this little tiny decoupler here, and then just slap it on there. Yeah, explosions is where the real science happens. Ignore all the, science inside the parts in the explosion, just the explosion itself, The explosion is the real reason we're here. Alright. Now watch our part count. Throw a couple of thumpers on this, which we can't actually do because of the fucking weight of it. Throw one thumper down at the bottom. A couple shrimps on the sides. A couple shrimps on the bobby. And there. What'll this get us after 500 years? Uh, 4,400 something. That's 500, give or take. What do you have after 500 years? A family. Alright, ah, shit, the parts count too. Okay, we can get rid of the mystery goo, because the only goal of this craft now is to get in orbit and get home. That's literally the only thing this fucking craft has to do. Get in orbit and get home. That's the only thing it has to do. We don't care about the science, we just want to get it home before the end of stream, so we can actually have something done. That gives us enough for something. have enough for another, like, a hammer on top of all that? No, we don't have enough. It's fucking... A flea? Will that flea even do anything? Maybe. Maybe it will. Too heavy, though. Fuck. Oof. Okay. This is get us just about 5,000 Delta V. Which, is this enough to... I don't know if this is enough. I don't know if it's enough. Like, hold on. How much are these? 3 tons each. Barely a ton. How much are these? What if we exchange the side shrimps for the main shrimp? Rather a hammer, but... Oh, it's just barely too much. We have, frankly, about the same. Let's drain just a little bit of fuel. Not too much, but just enough. It's the long way. Long way. Oof, this is 18 tons flat. This is as heavy as we can make this craft. And I'm not sure if it'll get us into a full orbit, which is the issue. I have a feeling we managed to get into orbit before. I'm just trying to reinvent the wheel at this point. All right. Up she goes. Oh, shit. It's fine. Everything is fine. This will get into orbit, I'm sure, Bellas. Oh, no, bros. Fuck it. Fuck it. Send everything. Fuck it. This is what I get for trying to make a last-minute rocket. What I get. Yeah, at least the parachute works. Well, we tried. The thumpers just thumped too hard. Couldn't handle it. Couldn't take all that thumping. There we go. We can still do science. Onward, my little buddy. Onward to science. Oh, well. There we go. Hold on. Can we... Oh, dang. I think from there we're stuck. But unfortunately, that is one extra bit of science on the board. Fuck you, KSP. I win in the end. I got more science. Even if you tried to stop me, I got one more science. That's all I cared about. Ah, lovely. Survived a flight. Yeah, that was a very loose term for the term surviving. You want to know the unfortunate part about it? This is only the beginning. There is so much we have to do. This is the entire solar system we can work with. Technically, there is more out there. We just don't know how to get there yet. However, the only thing we can do now is try and leave this little blue rock. I think if I'd want to set a good goal for the coming streams for KSB, where else but the moon? Alright, well, I unfortunately will say this will be the end for this stream. I might stream more tomorrow. I might stream Stalker tomorrow. I'll end up depending on how I'm feeling. But for now, this is it. This has been KSB. Thank you for joining me. I will try and fix that camera issue, but by the next time we stream, at the very least. Anyways, let's bring her out. Let's bring her back out and call it from there. Whoa. Oh, the game didn't like that. All right. Well, thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching the VOD. Thank you for watching the VOD. Not sure I'm gonna be sharing tomorrow. Might be more KSB, might be more Darkest Dungeon, might be more Stalker. Who knows? It's a coin flip. If your coin was 3-sided, technically it is. If you land on the edge of a coin, which I saw recently, which was possible. So who knows? Anywho, yeah, for watching me. Bye.